Hello, all Pathfinder 2e and Foundry enjoyers, plus players in my game. I made a mistake recording this video the first time, so this is the second take. I usually have my webcam in the bottom left, and everything I want to show you is going to be in the bottom left here. So yeah, I recorded about 8 minutes of that, and then couldn't see any of it on the footage, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to hit this button real quick. Let's do that. Alright, we're going to be using our friend Varian Drakenthorn with a little bit of help from some other cast and crew of Avarsha Nox today. First thing I'm going to do, go to Configure Settings, and we want to go to PF2e HUD and scroll down to Shortcuts, Persistent Shortcuts. Set this up to however many you want. This determines how many boxes you have down here per shortcut tab. You can do multiple tabs here if you'd like to essentially sort it however you'd like. Okay, let's get started here. So, we'll start from the very top left. You can view the player list here. Overkill is currently inside. I'm using his character right now. He's currently inside the game. But you can select a set token, selected token as a persistent actor here. This will automatically be done for you if you have ownership on a token and are a player. But if you have any more tokens, you wouldn't be able to change that essentially, like if you control 2 tokens. So like if I set this persistent actor, I stop selecting him, it's still like this. And if I select Kyle here, it doesn't actually change down here. The way you'd get rid of that is by a right click. Next thing is you can do this, only show UI when hovering portrait. Doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, it doesn't really do much, to be honest. I don't mess with that at all. Yeah. So the next thing you're going to do, actually I'm going to show this right now too. If I set this as a persistent actor, I don't know how I got that interface to show up last time, to be honest. Interesting. I'll have to figure that out later. So it's one thing I don't know. But yeah, so you can turn that on. You can open character sheet from here if you'd like. There's macros and unlocking hotbar. Not really that necessary unless you want to drag things around here, but you don't need to use this hotbar for much if you're not a GM. Really, only the basic action macros is the thing you need to put in here. So going from there, you can see your temporary hit points, your AC, any modifiers you have to your AC, your HP, your little picture if you want. Look at that. That's him. He's chilling. And then you can see here your languages, senses, immunities, resistances. He is fire, physical, shadow, necrotic, and void. Custom damage types, by the way, for those that know Pathfinder. Weaknesses, if he has any, his level, his speed. He's a speed of 50 right now. And then you can see your fortitude, reflex, and will, as well as perception, stealth, and athletics, and all the DCs that go along with them. So your DC is your modifier plus 10. So he has 28 fortitude DC. He is a plus 18 to fortitude. That determines things like shoves against you. So if you're getting shoved or grappled, fortitude DC is what you would use to defend against their roll. Next thing we're going to do here, look at mythic points or hero points right down here. It's either an M or an H depending on the campaign. You can increase them with a left click, decrease with a right click. Same with dying and wounded values, but I'm not going to kill them right now. Here you can see all of your actions and your toggles actually for your action tab. This is pretty useful because characters' sheets get kind of filled up with toggles as you go on. This shows all your actions plus any how many actions it takes to use them. Pretty useful, and how many times you can use them. If you go look over here, this guy, my friend Garo right here, he has a fuckload of actions. So yeah, he is a insane amount of actions. If we go back to him here, you can also see your inventory here. This is everything in your inventory. Who has a massive inventory? I'm pretty sure Conrad does. Yeah, that just lagged and it requires to scroll down. Yeah, you can see everything here. You can equip, de-equip, see how many actions it takes, etc. You can click on it to view what's about it, and what it's doing. You can see invested, etc. Pretty good. Usually you can see Conrad here. He actually uses this interface, so he has all of his stuff here. Pretty much everything. Good job, Conrad. So yeah, we go to here, spells. You can see spells, their levels, how many you have, etc. That doesn't matter much on him, but matters a lot in an actual spellcaster. You see here, there's a lot of spells. Then you have skills. This is pretty useful because it shows you every action you can do with a particular skill that you're trained in, and what requires for you to be trained in or not. Like the hack action requires you to be trained in computers, but you can access an infosphere without being trained. You can just do that, and you can also recall knowledge using computers. You can recall knowledge using a lot of different skills here. So you can be like, I want to recall knowledge. If I ask you to recall knowledge specifically using piloting, you do it that way. But most of the time, I just let. He is an expert pilot, and he's never seen a vehicle in his life. Anyways, go back to that. You can see, yeah, pretty much everything here, as well as lore skills. This is a very good menu to be using. Next thing is extras. This is stuff like initiative, any custom resources you have. So if like you're an alchemist, this will be your versatile vials, I believe. And here's active shadows, and for my friend up here, he has curse energies to track. It's pretty dope. But yeah, he can earn income, do a couple other stuff here. This turns on or off your effects, this little button, and you can change how many shortcuts you have here. Shortcuts are very useful. So the way you assign a shortcut is go to your actions tab, second one right here, and drag stuff directly in from right here. So it'd be like unarmed attack. If you want to pull out your Dagon from Dota 2, throw it in there as well. Boom, and then you can click retrieve, and it'll tell you how many actions, etc., that you can do with that. This actually keeps track of what's in your hands, which you guys should be doing. And then for actual actions, you can throw 4 into one category, just like this. So you can put them into whatever thing you want to do. Like he's a Shadow Monarch, like Sun Jinwoo, so he can have all this Shadow Monarch stuff in one spot right here, and then you have his reactions in one spot over here. Very useful. I believe that is it, because I can't get the other menu to show up. So, but it doesn't really matter. I think that's only if you own a player token. So, like, I won't really be able to see it that well at all. Anyways, I saw it for Kyle for just 1 second, but it won't come back, unfortunately. It's whatever. Doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, I believe that is everything for the HUD. Yeah. Goodbye.